All psychology is a rewiring of old beliefs and patterns to new beliefs and patterns. Today in the podcast, we're going to explore two really simple ways for you to be able to rewire yourself starting today.
Welcome to Leadership Mindset 2.0. Practical neuroscience and psychology to transform you from a tactical doer into a strategic leader. Here is your host, former social entrepreneur of the year and coach to some of the world's top executives, R. Michael Anderson.
Hello, everybody. Michael here, and welcome to this live Q&A, where I answer real-life questions from members of my private membership community, the Growth Leaders Collective. Now, we have two questions here. They're both related, and they both have great answers that can help you in your everyday leadership. The one is somebody wanted to know what they can do for daily habits to achieve leadership quality, and also what are my daily habits that I do to help my mindset and my leadership. I will tell you my habits, and then I will also extend this because everybody's individual habits, your individual habits, is going to be related to what you need to work on as a leader. And as in leadership, there's always so many things that we can work on at one time. You also want to pick one or two things. If you try to work on 8 things, nothing's going to change. But when you focus on one or two things, then you can shift, you can move the needle on one or two things instead of trying to bite off more than you can chew, as they say. So my habit, like right now specifically, is the big thing that I do is I meditate for 40 minutes a day. And in this meditation, either right after the meditation or during the meditation, there's some things that I'm working on for my personal growth. I'm working on some somatic therapy, so that means feeling more things inside of my body, feeling things in my body, because I'm very analytical, and I don't want to go too far into this because if you don't understand somatic therapy, it's hard to explain it, and it's more of an advanced type of way of connecting to intuition, etc. But basically, what that means, it's tuning into your body, because often when our intuition can come through bodily senses, and that also keeps us more present. For example, in meetings, I'm also working on different things like with my digestion and health and things, so I do some visualizations around that. But you as a leader, when we talk about daily habits for you, you want to break these into two main things: your morning routine and your evening routine. I'm right in the middle of the Leadership Mindset Accelerator, where we go deep. It's a live course on your mindset, and we've introduced meditation. Now, when it comes to meditation, a lot of people say, the first thing that they say to me is, "I've tried it, it doesn't work." Hold on, what do you mean it doesn't work? Well, I tried it and my mind kept wandering. And I'm like, yes, that's like saying I'm going to go jogging for the first time, but it didn't work because I got tired, right? We have the wrong idea about meditation. So if you're asking me what's the one habit that I should put in for my leadership, it is to meditate. And I'm going to give you a really basic way to meditate. But first of all, I want to make sure you understand why this is important. For me personally, life used to move so quickly, and I would get caught in reacting instead of responding, meaning things would happen instead of thinking. I would just react. Sometimes it would be an emotional outburst. Sometimes I would speak without thinking, and it would cause more problems than it solved. What meditation does for me is it slows things down so that I can choose a powerful response when something happens. And this means if I get an email, if I get a call, if I'm in a meeting and somebody asks me a difficult question, instead of just blabbing off or something coming to my mind and I just throw it out there, what it is I have the ability to pause, to understand what's happening, and to choose a powerful response. A lot of people talk about how when they're in meetings, for example, that they can like plan out responses. Some people say, oh, I have a difficulty with this person, and when I can think about what to say, I do well. Or if I'm in a higher level meeting, I get tongue-tied. Meditation gives us the ability to slow that down and to react and respond in a way where we think about it and we show up more powerfully. In addition, when you meditate, you have less stress. You see things more clearly. You're more in tune with your intuition. You set better boundaries. I could go on and on. So if you're not meditating, now is the time to start. And here's how you start. Best thing to do is either when you get up or right when you go to sleep. Some people, you can do it both. You only need to do this for 3 minutes. You can do almost anything for 3 minutes, almost anything in the world for 3 minutes. And you can sure as heck meditate. This is as simple as taking a chair, going somewhere like in a corner of your room where you normally don't sit. So you don't want to do it on your bed, in your bed. You don't want to do it at your office. You don't even want to do it at the dining room table. Maybe you just take your dining room table chair and put it like in a corner so that your brain knows that you're there not to eat, not to sleep, not to work, etc. That's you're setting up a new place to do this. And then all you want to do is set a timer for 3 minutes, sit in the chair, sit up straight, and just breathe. Shut your eyes and just breathe medium to long breaths. Don't strain yourself. Don't go quick. You want to do somewhere in the middle and just breathe in, breathe out. Just in a really relaxed way. So a little bit deeper than normal and relaxed with your eyes shut. And for those 3 minutes, all you want to do is focus on your breath. Coming in, coming out. Now, when your mind wanders, notice I didn't say if your mind wanders, I said when your mind wanders. All you want to do is say, oh, my mind's wandering again today. Maybe chuckle to yourself because I told you that your mind is going to wander. Have a little humor in this whole thing. Yes, that's possible. And then just bring your thoughts back to your breath. That's all you got to do for 3 minutes once a day. I find it's best first thing in the morning. If you're too tired or you got kids or whatever, and you need to do it in the evening, then do it there. If you can do it both, that's great. If 3 minutes is pretty easy, go to 5 minutes, go to 7 minutes, keep upping it. Because just like running or jogging, the more you do this, the better you'll get. Just to give you a heads up, I've been meditating for 20, 30, 40 minutes a day for decades now, and my mind still wanders even in the first minute. So if you say your mind wanders, that's not that you're doing it wrong, you're actually doing it right. So put this practice in. Now, after you meditate is a great way to do some rewiring. So if you find yourself trying to control too many things out of your control, if you find yourself maybe playing small and you want to play bigger, spend the minute after you've meditated, visualize what success looks like. Maybe that is, if you're too stressed, just through the day, if something stressful comes in, taking a breath, coming in and coming out and just letting it go. If this is you wanting to speak up more in meetings, then maybe what you visualize is you speaking up properly, correctly, and effectively in meetings. So really, this is what you want to do is work on your rewiring. And as I've said before, all psychology really is rewiring. All psychology is your brain is wired one way and we need to wire it another way. So we get really intentional about how to do that. Second thing is, and let me read the exact question. How do I walk away from work and switch off each day? I'm going to throw this out there. Meditation is a good way. So if you can do a 3-minute meditation when you get home, that's a good way to do it too. And I'm going to extend this and I'm going to talk about putting rituals into your day. Now, what a ritual is, it's not necessarily spiritual or religious or anything else. We're going to use this just as I don't know if this is a proper definition, but a ritual for sake of this podcast, which I'm just making up this definition, it's just a small process or procedure or something you do to get your mindset shifted for something that's upcoming or that's something that's either beginning or ending. And what this does is this trains your brain that when something happens, that you go through this ritual as it is, then you're going to move into a different mindset state. What this might mean is, how do you switch off from work? Say you go into your office, or say you're working from home, and say that you're done with work. Maybe what you do is you go and you wash your hands, because symbolically washing your hands is like, getting rid of something and having something new, and then maybe you change your shirt. So you're telling your brain, whenever I wash my hands and change my shirt, I'm getting rid of work. I'm moving into personal time. And maybe what you do is you take your cell phone, you put it in a box or something like that, and you go into another part of the house. So you create a ritual to make the barrier between work and personal. You can do this in so many areas of your life. Maybe you need to prepare for a senior leadership meeting. So what you do is 5 minutes before the meeting, you step outside. You take a couple deep breaths to get grounded. And you visualize or you have some affirmations of how you want to show up in the meeting to get in your confidence. And maybe you take a breath and you say, hey, I am confident. I am a strategic leader. I'm easily connecting with people. And every time before the senior leadership meeting that you spend 3 minutes, a couple minutes beforehand, outside, just connecting in. And then you go attend the meeting. And then you are doing that for your brain. You can do these with your team as well. So, and they don't have to be solo. So maybe every team meeting, everybody spends a minute talking about something that they're grateful for or that somebody did well. That's a ritual too. Maybe at the end, they talk about one thing that they're going to do differently or one thing that they're going to get accomplished. That's a ritual as well. When you put these rituals in, they are subtle, but they can really help things come together. For your team, for you, people look forward to them. It's a mindset shift. It's a rewiring type of thing. So my challenge for you leaders out there is two challenges today. We're going to break the rules. Normally it's one. One is if you're not meditating, meditate for 3 minutes tomorrow. Take some time in the morning, take some time in the evening, or today. If you're listening to this, you could do it in the evening. Just take 3 minutes. It's so simple. Get in a quietish place, set a timer for 3 minutes, sit in a chair, shut your eyes, breathe, and concentrate on your breathing. Boom, that's all there is. Second is, what's a ritual that you need to put in? What's a ritual you can put in? Maybe there's a ritual for your personal life. Maybe there's a ritual for your team. Make it simple, make it easy to do, make it something you can repeat. And that's all you need to do. All right, everybody, Michael here. We will catch you next time. Remember, these simple changes can matter a lot.